Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right in a relationship, yet somehow it still falls apart? Maybe you've been told to be nice, give her space, or just be yourself, only to end up feeling confused, frustrated, or even heartbroken. What if I told you that much of what you've learned about attracting women is completely wrong? In this video, I'm going to uncover the truth, the hidden vulnerabilities that every woman has but rarely talks about. These are crucial weaknesses that every man should understand. Stick around because the insights I'm about to share can completely shift how you view dating. Drop a comment saying, "I'm ready," if you're committed to watching this video all the way through. Believe me, you won't want to miss any of this. It might just change everything you thought you knew about attraction. Let's be honest, the dating game is rigged, and it's not in your favor. You've likely noticed that the men who seem to have it all figured out don't follow the usual rules. They know something most men don't. Women aren't the logical, rational beings you might have been led to believe. Their desires are driven by emotions, and oftentimes they aren't even aware of why they're attracted to certain men. Today, I'm going to break down the 10 biggest weaknesses that every woman has. I'll show you how to tap into these weaknesses, not to manipulate, but to understand the psychology behind attraction and use it to create deeper, more meaningful connections. We're not here for sugar-coated advice or outdated tips. This is raw, real, and it's going to hit hard. So brace yourself and get ready. Before we get into it, hit that like button if you're already finding value in what I'm sharing, and don't forget to subscribe for more real and honest advice that actually works in today's world. Now let's dive into the first weakness. Number 1, the steadfast man. Why being consistent makes you irresistible. Let's get something straight. Women today have endless options. Their DMs are flooded with messages, they get compliments from strangers, and dating apps provide an almost infinite stream of potential matches. So why do most men still struggle in the dating game despite all these tools? Because they lack consistency. Most men today are flaky. They don't follow through on their promises and give up at the first sign of difficulty. And women notice. Here's the harsh truth. Women don't trust easily. They've been conditioned to expect that men will disappear when things get tough, whether it's after a few dates or a few months. Most women are guarded because they've dealt with men who can't commit, don't show up, or simply aren't reliable. That's why the man who stands firm in his decisions, actions, and words becomes a rare standout. Being steadfast goes beyond just showing up on time. It's about embodying stability in all areas of your life. You must be the man who not only says what he'll do, but does it without hesitation. In a dating world full of indecisive, unreliable men, the one who follows through is like a lighthouse in a stormy sea. Start by being consistent with the little things. If you tell her you'll text her later, then do it. If you say you'll call at a certain time, be punctual. Being steadfast doesn't mean being inflexible. It means being dependable. She needs to know that you're a man of your word, because reliability is one of the most attractive qualities in today's fast-paced, often superficial dating world. Number 2, confidence, the key to unlocking her attraction. We've all heard it, confidence is attractive, but what does that really mean? Confidence isn't about being loud or arrogant. True confidence is a quiet, unshakable belief that you're enough just as you are. This kind of confidence is rare, which is why it's so magnetic, especially in a world where many men feel the constant need to prove themselves. Women are drawn to confident men because confidence signals security. Think about it. Women have their own insecurities. They worry about how they look, how others see them, and whether they measure up. When a woman meets a man who doesn't rely on external validation, who doesn't need her approval to feel good about himself, it's a refreshing change. Too many men base their confidence on external factors like their job, looks, or social status. But what happens when those things are taken away? Real confidence comes from within. It's about knowing your worth, no matter what's happening in your life. When you have this kind of confidence, you're untouchable. Rejection doesn't faze you, setbacks don't shake you, and you certainly don't need a woman's approval to feel good about yourself. Build your internal confidence by setting goals and achieving them, even if they're small. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your confidence grows. Remember, confidence doesn't mean you're flawless. It means you're comfortable with your flaws. Own who you are, imperfections and all, and watch how women respond to your genuine self-assurance. Number 3. Emotional intelligence. Mastering the art of understanding her feelings. Here's something most men overlook. Women are emotional creatures, but that doesn't mean they want a man who is overly emotional. What women want is a man who understands emotions, especially hers, without getting sucked into them or trying to fix everything. This is where emotional intelligence comes in. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize and understand emotions in yourself and others, and to use that awareness to manage your interactions effectively. When you can read a woman's emotions and respond in a way that makes her feel understood, you're tapping into a deep level of attraction that most men never reach. Too many men make the mistake of dismissing or minimizing a woman's feelings. They think being logical or rational will fix the problem, but that's not how emotions work. A woman doesn't need you to solve her issues. She needs to feel heard and validated. When she's upset or stressed, don't rush to give advice or solutions. Instead, listen attentively and acknowledge her feelings. Show her that you understand, even if you don't agree with her perspective. For example, if she's venting about a bad day at work, don't respond with, "Just quit then." Instead, say something like, "That sounds really frustrating. I can see why that would upset you." This simple act of validation can make a huge difference. It shows that you're attuned to her emotional needs, which makes you stand out from the crowd of men who are too focused on their own agenda to really connect with her. The key to emotional intelligence is balance. You don't need to become a therapist or be overly sensitive. Just being aware of her emotions and responding in a supportive, non-judgmental way will create a bond that goes beyond surface-level attraction. Number 4. Mystery. Why keeping her guessing keeps her interested. Here's a secret most men don't know. Women love a bit of mystery. I'm not talking about being shady or keeping secrets. That's a quick way to destroy trust. But maintaining an air of intrigue makes you more appealing. Why? Because women are naturally curious, and they're drawn to men who keep them on their toes. Most guys make the mistake of putting all their cards on the table right away. They overshare, constantly check in, and become predictable. Predictability kills attraction because it removes the excitement and anticipation that women crave. To keep her interest, you need to strike a balance between being open and maintaining a sense of mystery. Don't reveal everything about yourself immediately. Let her uncover things about you over time. This doesn't mean playing games or being evasive. It means pacing the relationship so that she's always curious to learn more. You can create mystery by being selective about what you share and when. Let her wonder about certain aspects of your life, goals, or personality. This also applies to your availability. If you're constantly texting her or always available at the drop of a hat, she'll start to take your attention for granted. Instead, keep her guessing. Be genuinely busy with your own life, and don't make yourself too easy to reach. A man with his own priorities and passions is much more attractive than one who revolves his entire life around her. Mystery sparks curiosity, and curiosity leads to desire. When she feels like there's more to you than meets the eye, she'll be eager to uncover those layers, keeping the attraction alive. Number 5. Presence. The power of being fully engaged. In today's fast-paced, distracted world, there's one trait that's becoming increasingly rare and incredibly attractive: presence. I'm talking about the ability to be fully engaged and focused on the moment, especially when you're with her. Most men think they're good listeners, but in reality, they're just waiting for their turn to speak. They might be nodding along, but their mind is somewhere else, thinking about their phone, their next move, or what they're going to say next. Women pick up on this, and it instantly kills the connection. When you're with a woman, whether it's on a date or in a long-term relationship, your presence is everything. Being present means giving her your full attention, putting away distractions, maintaining eye contact, and really listening to what she's saying without interrupting or thinking ahead. It's about being in the moment and fully experiencing it with her. Presence is powerful because it makes her feel valued and appreciated. It shows that you're not just physically there, but emotionally and mentally engaged as well. This kind of focus is rare, which is why it's so magnetic. When a woman feels like she has your undivided attention, she'll be drawn to you on a deeper level. If you want to instantly elevate your attractiveness, practice being more present. Put your phone away during conversations, Listen without the need to respond right away, and engage fully in the moment. Your presence will set you apart from other men who are too distracted to truly connect. Number 6. Confidence, the foundation of attraction. Let's talk about confidence. This is perhaps the most talked about trait when it comes to attraction, but it's also one of the most misunderstood. Confidence is not about arrogance or being the loudest guy in the room. It's about having a quiet assurance in who you are and what you bring to the table. Women are instinctively drawn to confident men because they exude a sense of stability and security. When you're confident, you're more likely to take initiative, express your opinions, and handle challenges with grace. This magnetic quality makes women feel safe and drawn to you. However, confidence is a skill that needs to be cultivated. It starts with self-awareness. Understand your strengths and weaknesses and accept them without judgment. Focus on personal growth, whether that's pursuing your passions, honing your skills, or working on your fitness. The more you invest in yourself, the more confident you will become. Body language also plays a critical role in conveying confidence. Stand tall, maintain eye contact, and use open gestures. Confident posture not only makes you appear more attractive, but also reinforces your own self-assurance. Remember, how you carry yourself speaks volumes, often before you even say a word. Confidence doesn't mean you have to have it all figured out. It's okay to be vulnerable and admit when you don't know something. What matters is that you approach life with a belief in yourself and an openness to learn and grow. When you embody true confidence, you become irresistibly attractive. Number 7. Authenticity. Be true to yourself. Authenticity is about being real and genuine, and it's one of the most attractive traits a man can possess. In a world full of pretense and superficiality, women are looking for men who are unapologetically themselves. When you're authentic, you're not trying to fit into a mold or be someone you're not. You embrace your quirks, passions, and values without fear of judgment. This honesty creates a deeper connection with women because it allows them to see the real you, and that vulnerability fosters trust. Too many men fall into the trap of trying to impress women by pretending to be someone they think they should be. They adopt a persona that doesn't reflect who they are, hoping it will win her over. But this strategy rarely works. Women are intuitive. They can sense when someone is putting on an act, and that's a turnoff. Instead of trying to be perfect or meet every expectation, embrace your uniqueness. Share your interests, your stories, and your opinions, even if they're unconventional. This authenticity not only makes you more relatable, but also attracts women who appreciate you for who you are, not who you think you should be. Remember, being true to yourself will attract the right people into your life, including the right partner. Authenticity builds lasting connections because it's grounded in honesty and vulnerability. Number 8. Purpose, the driving force of your life. Finally, let's discuss purpose. Having a sense of purpose gives your life direction and meaning, and it's incredibly attractive to women. A man with a purpose knows what he wants in life and actively works toward it. This drive and ambition make you stand out, as it signals that you're not just going through the motions, you're living with intention. When you have a purpose, you radiate passion and enthusiasm, qualities that naturally draw people to you. Women want to be with men who are motivated, driven, and focused on their goals. It shows that you're capable of commitment, not just to your ambitions, but also to a relationship. To cultivate a sense of purpose, take time to reflect on what truly matters to you. What are your passions? What do you want to achieve? Set goals, both short-term and long-term, that align with your values. Pursuing these goals with dedication and resilience not only enriches your life, but also enhances your attractiveness. Furthermore, sharing your passions and pursuits with women can deepen your connection. Discuss your goals, what excites you, and what you're working towards. This will not only inspire her, but also create a dynamic relationship where both partners encourage and uplift each other. Attraction is a complex interplay of traits and behaviors that go beyond mere physical appearance. By embracing emotional intelligence, maintaining mystery, being present, exuding confidence, embracing authenticity, and pursuing purpose, you can elevate your attractiveness and form deeper, more meaningful connections with women. Remember, the journey to becoming a more attractive man is ongoing. It requires self-reflection, growth, and a commitment to becoming the best version of yourself. When you invest in these traits, you'll find that not only do you attract women, but you also enrich your life and the lives of those around you. So, which of these traits will you focus on developing first? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I will personally read all of your comments. And if you seriously want to level up in life, don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe button. Stay strong. Until next time.